Air Takes.
I'm John.
Justin.
We're here to talk about the Heaven Hill Select Stock, the 16th edition. I didn't realize that they actually numbered them, but
do you know how often it comes out?
Through my research, I don't know. I'd have to look at the website, but they were in the 20s actually. I think, yeah.
Well, then, so it's
been around for a while. Yeah, a couple times a year. This is the Heaven Hill. So a quick summary on this one, and this is kind of a summary on just Select Stock in general and how they do it. Fewer than 5 barrels from our traditional mash bills are hand-selected for each limited edition bottling of Heaven Hill Select Stock. The age, finish, and proof varies by edition. This innovative, highly collaborative line of American whiskeys is available in small quantities at the Heaven Hill Bourbon Experience and Kentucky retailers. Side note, that's where I was able to purchase this bottle at the Heaven Hill Bourbon Experience when we went to Louisville last September.
Yep. Yeah, and what was kind of cool too, because you see this bottle like available,
and there were a couple different ones available on the shelf. There were like 4, and I chose this one just because it sounded good.
Yeah, I see it on the secondary market all the time. Different versions of this.
Yep.
Just because it is pretty much a distillery only.
It's a distillery only release. This one is the 16th edition. So this is a small batch bourbon made from mingling 7 and 12-year-old barrels together, finished in a used sherry barrel for more than 4 years. That's a long time.
Well, and just giving it a real quick whiff, you can. I mean, you can. That's very forward.
So the age is obviously, math, 11 to 16 years. Proof is 100, and the mash bill, I didn't actually find anything, but I just assumed it was the regular Heaven Hill mash bill of 78% corn, 12% malted barley, and 10% rye, and MSRP is $150.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm just going to, before you give us, do you have notes on
I got some notes off Reddit because I couldn't find any on Heaven Hill's website, but I was able to find some reviews on Reddit that I pulled off. Yep.
First of all, let me just say it's got some pretty solid legs, especially for something that's 100 proof.
100 proof.
And I'm sure it has to do with that sherry.
The sherry and also the age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not like super crazy cascading, but it's leaving quite a little mark on it.
It's got a good deep amber. It's got a good color too.
Yeah. Again, 400 proof.
For 100 proof.
You got to take all that in consideration. So
right.
Off the nose, I'm getting. I mean, it's there's a lot of citrus. I'm gonna say orange. I'm gonna say cherry.
Cherry, yeah.
I mean, cherry is for sure most dominant.
I get some spice.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's almost rye spice.
It's definitely got that. Maybe even a little bit of I don't know, cinnamon, nutmeg.
Yeah, baking spices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, that smells really good. Very, very sweet.
Yes,
but not like a caramel sweet.
No, not your typical like caramel, brown sugar, vanilla sweet. Like you said, like the spiciness is a little sweet and like kind of the dark fruits.
Mm-hmm. Like a marmalade.
Mm.
I initially get a little bit of spice, pepper.
Okay.
It's actually pretty smooth.
Yes.
I expect it to be, I don't know, a little bit harsh. But man,
proof.
it's got a really nice flavor to it. That's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, it really does.
What do you think?
I mean, you get a lot. I mean, the nose kind of carries over to the palate where you get the cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Like at least on the initial palate, the finish is actually kind of a roller coaster right now. Where I'm diving into that just because I took one taste and it just kind of it fades away and then it comes back and then it fades away and then it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of I didn't get a lot of spiciness, at least on the first one. I got to go back in, but it was that initial blast of just kind of the dark fruits that we were talking about on the nose is what I got primarily.
Yeah, and I got like a little bit of I don't know if it's like pastry. I think it's just because it tastes so much like it could be like a cherry pie.
Okay,
that's kind of what I'm getting a lot. And you're right, like the finish is kind of rolling. Like it started near the front of my mouth, and now it's lingering kind of the back of my tongue. But it's got a pretty solid, not overly warm or not super hot finish, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
not
nice
a burn. It's just a warm,
just nice and warm.
a nice Kentucky hug,
Yeah.
so to speak.
It's pretty good. Just add a little bit of water to it.
Mm-hmm. See what that does.
What are we supposed to get on the nose and on
the nose? Oh, adding water, I get a little bit more of the spice. That's where I could really get it after I added some water.
Yeah.
So on the nose, it's interesting. Burnt brown sugar, Luxardo cherry, and toasted almonds, along with vanilla bean, leather, and some oak. There's some allspice hanging around there in the background, but the spice doesn't make its way to the forefront of the nose at all. So we got most of those. The palate, it's those same three: burnt brown sugar, toasted almond, and Luxardo cherry, followed by Malbec poached pear, allspice, and a bit of vanilla bean. Midway through the sip, dark chocolate oak and some leather roll in. This has a medium oily mouthfeel and no proof heat, which I totally agree with.
Yeah, and I think
I don't get a lot of those.
I get a lot. I get leather and I get the oily mouthfeel after you add the water to it.
Okay.
I don't think I got as much of that, which I know that seems kind of counterintuitive because if you water it down, maybe it'll be less oily. But I don't know, there's something about it just kind of gives it a little bit more complexity.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a solid pour.
So the finish, the burnt brown sugar, vanilla bean, and leather shift to the background, while the toasted almonds, the Malbec, and the oak, the dark chocolate, Luxardo cherry, and allspice ramp up their intensity before merging with the remaining oak to close it out. It's a medium length finish and a light amount of dryness.
I think that a real I don't know, an area where I need to maybe improve upon is I need to start doing some more wine tastings, because I don't think I know the difference between a lot of different wine styles, and I feel like that's where you can kind of pick up a few more of like the idiosyncrasies.
Okay.
Like you said, Malbec, right?
Yep.
And then obviously it's finished in a sherry cask.
Sherry.
So I don't know, those type of things, if we had maybe more experience with that, probably pick up a few more of like these really super complex flavors, because I really didn't get a lot of the almond. It was definitely more of like the fruit forward.
Yeah, I didn't
stuff.
get it. Well, maybe that was that baking that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Could have been the almond.
Oh, yeah, I guess it could be.
It could have been.
It's generous of you.
Ah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Producer Justin, what do you think?
This is one of those bourbons that would sneak up on me very quickly because it does go down very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
If you hold it and do like a swirl before you swallow it, it will start to burn. Like you can feel it. So, but it's one of those where I will have drank too much. It will be too late before I realized, I had too much, because it just goes down pretty smooth.
It is a pretty smooth sipper.
Definitely picked up the pepper, but it's not overpowering. I got the vanilla. I didn't get any of the other stuff, like the pear. I didn't get any of that.
Yeah, I don't even know what a
Malbec pear,
poached pear even
I don't know what that
tastes
is.
like.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know what a pear tastes like, and I didn't get pear.
I did not get pear at all in this, but yeah, it's really nice, but it's one of those. It's a sleeper. Like you don't know you're drinking I mean, it's 100 proof. It's not overly strong, but it's not
right. It punches above its weight when it comes to the proof. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I a very strong pour. I like this a lot.
Nice. Let's do ratings.
Okay, I'll go first. Stormtrooper, solid. And I was kind of leaning maybe towards, I don't know, New Hope Luke, but I'm gonna stick with Stormtrooper. I think that it definitely, like producer Justin said, it definitely punches way above its weight class. I mean, you always have to take into consideration the cost, and maybe that's a reason why it's not at a 9
or an 8 or an 8.5
or an 8.5.
Yep.
But if you can get one of these, it's definitely worth it.
You can go to Louisville; they're on the shelf.
Freaking pretty delicious. Yeah. What
about
you?
Agree. I was gonna go solid 8, solid Stormtrooper. All the same reasons. Surprised me. Mm-hmm. I didn't know. I felt like this could go one way or the other, and thankfully it went the good way, and it could have gone drastically different. But just because, I mean, the Select Stock, they experiment. That's all this is. It's an experimentation line of them taking a few barrels and then playing with them and seeing how this does. Like the ones, like when I was there, they had one that was finished in mezcal.
Gross.
And it was and it was cast strength.
I bet it's amazing though. Like that's
but that's I don't know if that's the reason why they're doing this, but like that's I see this as an experimentation, and sometimes those are good and sometimes those are not so good.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know what you're going to get.
It would be fascinating to try like some of the other releases side by side.
Well,
and even if they're not even anywhere near close, like you said, if one's mezcal, one's sherry, one's
cognac,
whatever it is, right?
I think there was a cognac one on the shelf.
Sure
there were 4 different ones on the
shelf.
shelf.
There's probably an Amarac. There's probably a ton of different like things like that. But
mm-hmm.
now this is pretty good. Producer Justin, what's your rating?
Did we mention a price point for this?
150.
150. I'd probably go Sweaty Luke. 7.5.
Yeah.
That is Sweaty Luke. Right?
That's Sweaty Luke. Yeah, you got it.
I'm still figuring it all out.
You came up with that name, didn't you?
I don't.
No, I don't think that was me.
Might have been me.
I think it was you.
I think it was.
We're
me.
getting the Justins confused.
It was me or you.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say probably 7.5. I think it's really good. The 150 price point is what turns me off.
That's
just
tough.
A little bit. For that amount, I kind of want something a little bit punchier, but it's not. It's a very good pour.
Yep. All right. Heaven Hill Select Stock. This is the first one we've ever had. It's the first one I've ever had.
Me too.
So I took a chance.
Good job doing that.
Good call.
I'm glad you did.
You're welcome.
So cheers. Nerd Takes.
Nerd Takes.